Good morning, everybody. Julie here with another round of Meso moves. So hope everyone's doing good this week. I hope you all managed to get your moves in last week. So remember, just a little amount every single day will keep those joints mobile and keep your body happy. So I've got a nice one for you today. So without further ado, let's just crack on. If you incidentally do have any questions about anything that I do, you can contact the guys at Meso who will pass them on to me, and I'd be absolutely glad and very delighted to answer them. So yeah, don't hold back. If there is anything, or there might not be, and that's cool too. I have some music on today in the background, so you might be able to hear it, you might not, but again, something I suggest if you are doing the moves is to stick some music on, because sometimes it can be quite nice just to move with the music. My little tip for the day. We're starting hip distance and parallel, so we're just coming to nice tall standing position. So we're grounding down through the feet, so feel quite heavy on the feet. Let the base of the big toe, the base of the little toe settle into the floor, and then kind of track that sense of grounding all the way back towards the heel. So we're looking for a nice position of the spine, so we lengthen up to the crown of the head. We've got a nice long waist, and we're thinking about that nice even distribution, if you like, of the weight through our body. Once you've found that, just relax the arms down by your head, chins in line with your breastbone. You're going to take a lovely breath in. So just take a nice breath in, try and kind of let the ribs expand outwards. So if I'm teaching children, we talk about our ribs yawning outwards. So take a breath in. Release the jaw and shoulders as you exhale. Allow the rib cage to just kind of gently draw back in. Drop your chin to your chest and just start to roll down through the spine. So just mobilizing the spine, the hips here. It's a really lovely one. Sending the crown of the head towards the floor. Nice and slow. Take the weight over the toes. So the weight's kind of more forward in the feet here. A little soft bend in the knees, so we're not locking out. And then we're getting a nice stretch in the back too, and not so much in the hamstrings. Breath in down there, exhale, and then you're just going to restart the spine piece by piece. So we open at the hips first, so pelvis draws on top of the femur, and then we're stacking the spine piece by piece to that nice tall neutral position. Once you're not locking out through the knees, keep a little softness there, and make sure that when you do roll down, that the knees are staying kind of in line with the ankles and the hips, that they don't kind of roll in or roll out. So that nice alignment through the spine, through the body. So just do a couple more like that, breathing each time. So at this point, we're drawing the abdominals in towards the spine to support us as we roll down. You can take a little shake of the head here, a little nod, whatever feels good. And then just restacking the spine piece by piece. So we'll do one more like this. Breathing in nice and tall when you get back up. And then we're going to do one more. Good. Big breath in. And the arms are nice and relaxed here in the sockets. Opening at the hips, restacking our spine piece by piece. So we're just building it all the way back up. And lastly, head on top of the shoulders. Lovely. From there, you're just going to bring the arms up, just to shoulder height, and then just take a little breath, and you're just going to bring them all the way back down. So this time, take a little bend in the knees as you raise the arms up, and let them cross over, coming all the way back down. A little bend in the knees as we go back up. So drawing belly button in towards the spine. Think about base of the big toe, base of the little toe here. Ankles moving, getting them warmed up. Keep the shoulders kind of nice and relaxed. Jaw nice and soft. Good. And then pressing the hands all the way back down. From there, just transferring the weight onto one leg. We're going to just balance on one leg. So we gently peel the foot up off the floor, the one that we're going to raise. So just do it nice and slow. Let your body adjust, get to grips with where the weight's going to go, so you can keep your balance. And then you're just going to float the toes if you can. So keeping here a connection with what's happening through the feet. So trying to think about keeping the weight of the base of the big toe and the base of the little toe nice and grounded down onto the mat. So your body is making all these little kind of micro shifts as it kind of loses its little base of support. If you can lift that leg, if you're quite comfortable there and you can lift that leg any higher, then by all means absolutely go for it. And if that feels really good too, you can draw your hands to your breastbone to keep your balance. Press your breastbone into your hands, into that little prayer position, and then you can just see if you can open your hip. So it's a little bit of fun, and it's okay if you wobble, and it's okay if you fall over. That's all welcome, it's all good, all part of the learning process. There is nothing about being perfect. We don't do anything perfectly. It's all about learning and the journey, in my view. So there we go. So a little opening of the hip side to side. Careful that you're not kind of losing your connection to the front. So really think about drawing that belly button down towards your spine. So your abdominals are always wrapping around your waist to support you. So this space between the last rib and all the way down to the pubic bone, full of the abdominals, obliques, and at the back your multifidus. So a nice spinal extensor goes all the way up to the top of the spine, working hard to support you. So just a few there. You'll feel a burnout on the supporting leg. That's completely normal and it should be happening. The muscles in that side are working really hard to support you as you do the work on the other side. So let's try that on the other leg. So just peeling the foot up, coming onto the ball of the foot. So just do it nice and slowly to allow your body to adjust, and then you're just going to float the leg to wherever feels right for you, into where you can hold that. Try not to grip through the toes. So I'm not going to ask you to look down. She might topple over. I know I would. So sometimes if we are kind of balancing on leg, we can grip through the toes. So we want to try and avoid that because we want the foot to really be doing all the work and not kind of the toes doing it. So try and get a sense of what's happening there through the foot. And then again, if you can bring that leg up, or if you want to keep that leg there, that's absolutely fine. Puff the chest into the hands so we're nice and tall through the breastbone, nice and proud through the breastbone. Oops. And then you can just see, try and keep the pelvis forward. The other thing you can do is stick your hands on your hip bones. That's your pelvis. See what it's doing. So we're trying to just move that leg in isolation of the pelvis. Keep drawing the abdominals down because that's what's giving you that nice neutral, keeping your lumbar spine present and protected. And we're just moving the leg from side to side. Good. From there you can press the foot back down. Take a little jog through the legs. Just slacken them off if you like. Good. Ooh, you can get a wee dance on the go. Give the hands a little shake as well, a little shake break. And then from there we're going to come down into a kneeling position. So to get down, you can either roll down like what we've just done, bending at the knees. You're going to bring the knees down to the floor, untuck the back toes. I hope you can still see me. Jiggle back a bit. And then from there, we're going to take a little stretch up and out of the waist. We're going to grab our hands here and we're going to take a little side stretch. So up and out of the waist. Try and keep the jaw and the shoulders relaxed. So shoulders will raise a little bit, but they'll not be way up at your ears. They shouldn't be too far up at yours. So this is a nice one. Again, nice to stretch outside the waist. And then just switch hands and take a nice stretch up and out of the sides of the body. Oh, got my Meso t-shirt back on today. Good. And arms all the way back down. Nice little stretch there. From there, we're going to do some little arm openings. So you're just going to bring the arms up. And all you're going to do is draw your hand in towards the side body, look to the hand, and send it back long. So you're keeping that elbow up in line with the shoulder. You're just drawing the hand in and sending it back long. But you're taking a little twist through the ribs to loop to the hand as it draws in, yeah? And the opposite hand stays just in line with the chest. Try and keep the shoulders semi-relaxed. It's really difficult, always so much going on. So we're moving the upper mid back here. Good, last little two here. And then we'll go to the other side. So we're just bringing that, drawing that hand in alongside us, looking to the hand, twisting through the ribs, keeping nice and tall through the spine. Gosh, need a checklist. Good. It's a nice little rotation through the upper mid back. Breathing in and out, just nice and normally. Don't hold your breath. You know, you're concentrating, it's really hard. We're always kind of holding tension in the jaw as we focus on things, which is good that we're focusing, but not so good that we're holding our breath. Good, just twisting there, nice little juicy twist to the spine. Good. From there, hands back up. We're going to clasp our hands together, press them up towards the sky, and then drop the chin towards the chest. A little stretch here. Try and relax the shoulders at this point as you press the hands up. Keep scooping your belly button in towards your spine. And then again, we're just going to lengthen the arms out and down. Beautiful. From there, we're going to take a little Stretch again to the side. So you come into what we call the little mermaid position of the legs. So we might have done this already, I'm not sure. Front shin, or one shin in front of the body, one shin to the side. And we're going to actually press and open the hips here. So we're going to work the glutes and open the hips. You're going to have one hand just to the side. The other hand floats up to the side of the head, so just to your ear. You're going to press into this hand and push yourself up to open the hips. Yeah, and you're kind of in this kind of long diagonal. So with the hand, you can look up towards the hand, reach through the fingers. So you should feel a really big stretch up the side. Turn your glutes on to press your hips open. And then you're going to come all the way back down nice and slow. So let's just do 2 more like that, and you can let it flow a little bit. So pressing up, take the hand onto this diagonal, look upwards towards the hand, press the glutes, open the hips. Really nice to stretch out in the hips if we're sitting a lot more. One more here, pressing up, reaching and opening through our hips. It's really lovely. And then all the way back down. We're going to switch sides, so just adjusting the legs here. Pressing the hand down, here we go. So when you're ready, a little breath in, use the hand, use the glutes. Draw your belly button into the spine, and then you can take a little look up. And then drawing the body all the way back down, arm out to the side. Woo! Flowing now. So really strong through the hand that's supporting you or that you're using to help you drive up. So it's not sinking into the shoulder, it's very active, it's building strength for you the whole time. And then reaching through the fingers, so really reach up through the fingers. Nice stretch. Move the arm overhead, you'll get a little bit more of an intense stretch if that's what you need. And then you can come all the way back down. Perfect. From there, we're going to draw the legs in front. So I'll sit to the side so you can see. So draw the legs in front, and then you're going to bring the soles of the feet. We're going to do some rollbacks for the core. So soles of the feet and our hip distance and parallel are on the floor. We use the hands to puff the chest, so we're nice and tall in our spine here. And then you're going to take a little breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to draw your tailbone underneath you. So you're sending your tailbone forward, and you're going to roll your pelvis away from your thighs. So you're kind of coming into a little C position of the spine. See if you can take it to where you can straighten the arms. Try not to grip the back of the thighs. So we're trying to use the core here. And then as you exhale, you come back up over the sit bones and you restack the spine. So let's do 2 more like that, going tall through the crown of the head, chest puffing forward. So we'd start from a nice neutral spine, breathing in. Tuck that tailbone, roll into your nice C position. See if you can straighten the arms. Really strong move. So trying to work that core. Take a little breath in and then bring yourself up, leading with the crown of the head over the sit bones. Come a little bit forward over the knees, and then you restack the spine. If that is too much, just roll down to where feels good for you, or where you kind of have that edge. So you'll feel your abdominals like kind of a little bit shaking, and that's all good. That's them working, especially the little intrinsic muscles that sit and hug your spine. That's the ones that we're targeting and the ones we want to work. So breathing in, exhale, roll off the sit bones. Remember, tailbone's going forward, so you're tucking it underneath you. If this is where you can get to, that's totally good. If this is where you can get to, that's absolutely good also. Wherever feels right and good for you, work to your own ability and your own range. Stay safe, that's the most important thing. Eye gaze just drops down because we're keeping that nice and neutral position of the neck. If you are back here and you want to see how strong you actually are, you're going to float your arm up and you're going to hold that position of the spine. Float the other arm up. See if you can hold that position of the spine. Bring the arms back down and then scoot back up over the sit bones, nice and tall. So if you're ready for a little step up, and if you felt really comfortable with that, I'm going to show you how you can dial it up a notch. And if not, stick with the hands here and just keep doing what you're going to do. So arms out here, breathing in, exhale. You're just going to tuck the tail and roll back using your abdominals. So really strong move here. Breathing in, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. I swear I'm going to get a t-shirt made with that, and then it'll help me stop me saying it so much. I say it all the time in the class, but it does help. Good. We're looking to release tension in the body, not hold it. Breathing in, exhale, tuck the tail underneath you, rolling down. So the tailbone kind of shooting out, pelvis rolling away from the thighs. If you need to raise the feet, I'm not sure if you can see my feet, that's absolutely fine too. And then all the way back up. Let's do one more here. And again, stacking the spine, nice and proud through the chest, breathing in, exhale. If you're quite comfortable again with this, let's see if you can float the arm up to the side of the head, one at a time. So hold the position with the abdominals. Go on, challenge yourself. Good. Just letting the arms float. One more each side. Oh, I feel it burning. Oh. Stick with it. It's breakfast time for me after this. Crown of the head up. And this time, you can rest over the thighs. Give yourself a little pat on the back if you did that, because that was like super strong work. Awesome. Nailing it this morning. Okay, cool. Let's do some lovely hip extensions. So let's use our glutes a little bit, and yeah, let's roll down your back. So if you're quite comfortable, and I hope you can still see me, I'm going to kind of turn a little bit to the side here. You can roll all the way down to the floor, and then bring the soles of the feet closer towards the body. Let me see if I can adjust this so you can see me a little bit better. Good. Yeah, so rolling down, feet close to the bum, back of the head, back of the ribs, sacrum, back of the pelvis, all nice and heavy into the mat. We're just going to do a few roll-ups, a few spine curls. So we've done these before and they're lovely. Breathing in, exhale, flatten the back into the mat. You're just going to wheel the spine up, send the knees forward. So you're opening the hips. Take a little breath there, and then you're just going to float the body, softening from the breastbone all the way back down. So same again, breathing in, rolling up, a little breath at the top, and then rolling all the way back down. Remember to release your pelvis back into neutral. So always moving from a neutral spine and returning to a neutral spine. Good, all the way down. Releasing back. This time floating the hands up. I'm going to try that with the arms, in the air. That little bit of stability, challenge. Opening here, and then float the pelvis all the way back down to its little neutral position. On this one, we're going to float up, and as you take one arm back, you're going to lift the heel of the opposite leg and bring everything back to your start. So you really squeeze in the glutes to keep the bridge. It's a nice straight line from the knee all the way up to the shoulder. So you've not got the rib cage popping up. The abdominals, remember, always drawing down and round to protect the spine. On the other side, float one arm back and then just lift the heel of the opposite leg. So we've got a little coordination challenge going on here. One more each side. Really reach through the hand. So get a nice stretch up the side of the body. Last one here. Then we'll get a little break. Good, keeping the arms where they are. Just wheel the spine all the way back down. Release back into neutral. Take the arms up and overhead, out to the side, round and up. Nice big circle. Let the arms just flow nicely. Beautiful. Last one here. Exhale as they go overhead. Inhale to circle them round. And we're done. Perfect. Great, that's us. Meso moves for another week. And yeah, I wanted to take the opportunity to say, I hope you have been following along. It's been such a pleasure to put some moves together for everyone at home. It is completely bizarre that we are in this weird time, and I just hope everyone is keeping their spirits really high. It's so hard. I mean, my hair for a start is just destroying me. Normally I'm blonder than this. But yeah, guys, just keep the faith that we're coming out the other side. Big announcements on Sunday, so maybe they'll start to ease things. Like I say, any questions, just ask. And everyone's doing an amazing job, so we're just, doing the best we can. Stay happy. See you soon.